YouTubers, welcome to my channel. My name is Shane Senior. Please hit the subscribe button, the like button, and any comments you wish to discuss on the open topic on what is Bitcoin. So, what actually is Bitcoin? Question that I get asked every single week. Nobody seems to have a clue. Is it a scam? You know, is it used by criminals? Should I invest? Do I need to buy it? Is it too early for the adoption? I know an easy, open discussion on what is Bitcoin. All it is digital money, okay? Bitcoin is digital money that we use to pay for things electronically. This can be done online, this can be done in store. Now, providing the store, of course, accepts Bitcoin as payment method, which is just done via a QR code. Whether any of you have seen the QR code, check on screen now. Okay, all this is literally a bit like a barcode. If you've seen one of those in stores before now, you literally scan that. That is your Bitcoin address in which you can send and receive Bitcoins from one another. Now, why is Bitcoin so important? One of the key reasons is it's fully decentralized. Okay? Now, what is decentralization and what does that even mean? Well, with it being fully decentralized, that means it's not controlled by any single entity, no central authority like a bank or PayPal, and that means my money is mine and your money is yours. So guess what? If I pay you some money now, mine's going directly from me to you with no middleman. The bank is the middleman that we currently use, you know, current fiat systems, pounds, dollars, euros. That is controlled by the bank. So when you go into a coffee shop and you pay for your latte, cappuccino, okay, you're not paying that store. The bank is paying that store. Okay? So with Bitcoin, on the other hand, you are paying them directly, as your Bitcoin is your Bitcoin. No one owns it, no one controls it but you. Okay? Another key reason why it's so popular is there's only a limited supply. Okay? Now, limited supply is there's only 21 million Bitcoins. There will be no more than 21 million that will ever exist. This is done via a process called mining. Now, we will have another discussion on this on another day. Mining is a totally different thing altogether. I will do a different video on what it is and how to explain it. But ultimately, there is only 17 million Bitcoins currently in circulation. The last Bitcoin will be mined in 2140. So we've got a long time to wait until that very last Bitcoin is produced. And currently, as I said, there's 17 million approximately, roughly. There will be a few lost in different wallets over the years if people have lost their keys, etc. But as of right now, yeah, there's around 17 million until we reach that maximum of 21 million. Now, Bitcoin can, this is what a lot of people don't know about, Bitcoin can be split into 100 million bits of a coin. Okay? So you don't need to go into your local store and buy it from, say, one of our ATMs, which is BitChain's ATMs for those of you that didn't know, or whether you buy it online. It's entirely up to you how you buy your Bitcoin. You can go online, you can go to like an ATM like ourselves, or you know, you can buy it however you mean, right? But you don't have to buy one physical Bitcoin. As of today, the price is around £5,000, I think they are today, something like that, which is about $6,500 for the rest of you out there. You don't have to buy one. Everyone seems to think you've got to buy one. When I speak to people at business seminars, networking events, everyone thinks you've got to buy one. They're like, I can't afford that. Well, it can be split into 1 million bits of a coin. So guess what? You can put £20 into an ATM machine. You can transfer £100 online, and you can buy 0.01 of a Bitcoin, or what it would equate to at that time and place, you know, depending on how much money you've got. But you can spend as little as £20 and as much as you want. There is no limit on what you can invest or what you can and spend to keep Bitcoin as a currency. Which is why it seems a very good asset class, because as the supply as well stays the same, which is the 21 million ultimately, eventually, when that stays the same, but the demand increases, guess what? The value of Bitcoin is going to increase. And what's going to cause that is the price is going to go booming through the roof, which is great for investors, which is great for the users, and especially if you're storing Bitcoin as your payment method. If that inflation increases with the demand, very similar to the gold market, then guess what? Your money is worth more. And again, another key reason on Bitcoin is that you can also, because of network, which is the blockchain, again, I'm going to do a separate video on the blockchain. I'm just trying to keep each video sweet and short for now to give you all educational topics and different things. But ultimately, the blockchain system, the Bitcoin network, operates 24 hours a day. So it doesn't sleep. You don't need to wait for the banks to approve a transaction. And you can, and by this allows for international payments at any time of the day. Okay, so you can send, let's just say you want to send £100 worth of Bitcoin to a friend that lives over in Australia. Okay, you can send that in less than 1 minute. It will get verified by the blockchain network. Okay, and it'll cost about 20 pence for the transaction. Now, this is great for users, and this is also great for businesses, because if you want to send 100 million across to a company, again, let's just say in Iraq, you can send that again, completely anonymous, because Bitcoin is anonymous, and that allows for the same amount of fees. So it will get, so even if you sent a large transaction for a business of say 100 million, it will still only cost 20, 50 pence depending on the network and how quick you send it. There's none of this 3%, which the current corrupt banks charge. And going back to the last subject we just said about with the limited supply, again, this is the corrupt system that we currently use, fiat currency, the pound, dollars, euros, etc. They have an unlimited supply. The banks can manipulate it. They can print whatever they want, and which ultimately, affects the currency's value. And Bitcoin, you can't do that. And the money is mine. The money is yours. You can pay who you want and where you want. Key points as well, which a lot of people may or may not be aware of. If you are fellow crypto enthusiasts, you would have heard this story already, probably time and time again. But for all those newcomers out there, now there was a gentleman, 2018, so it would have been 8 years ago. There was a gentleman back in 2010 purchased 10,000 bitcoins to purchase 2 large pizzas. Now the aim of this was to prove that he could buy a physical item with digital currency, in which at the time Bitcoin was trading at only a fraction of a cent, which cost him around $30 for those 10,000 bitcoins. Now, if the gentleman would have kept those bitcoins as of January this year, as of today's video, we are October 2018, if he would have kept those as of January 2018, which was the last bull run in the market, that would have been worth 170 million, or equivalent to £8 million per slice of pizza. Now, come on, peeps out there, that is just absolutely crazy. And personally, I think that inflation with Bitcoin is going to continue to rise. We've got plenty of good news coming out over the next couple of months. There's a brand new exchange coming out with Starbucks, Microsoft, and a New York Stock Exchange called the BACT. I will also do a separate video on this, and also up to date with the latest crypto news. I've just discussed, I will do a video on blockchain. I'm going to do one on Bitcoin mining, perhaps about a node as well. What is a node? You may have heard of this word before. I will explain that in a bit more detail as well. That is it. Thank you. Please hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to like and put any comments in below. Thank you.